I was recently at Walcott at the world's largest truck stop, and I got to see two amazing show trucks. They're both iconic show trucks in the history dating back, to the early 2000s. And I was so impressed. First, when I pulled in, the parking space that I usually park in was taken, which isn't uncommon. I parked right next to him, and I was parked beside the Goose. And right after that, a long Peterbilt passed me, and I couldn't believe my eyes what I was seeing. Went up to the driver, talked to him a bit, and yep, it was Project 350. All right, guys, this truck has kind of a tragic past, but I mean, back in the early 2000s or mid 2000s, this is an 05, but back in the mid 2000s, this truck was pretty famous in the show world. It's actually factory. That frame is actually factory on this truck. 350-inch wheelbase. And yeah, it was bought. I remember when Richie bought it, there was pictures of it coming in, and I'll see if they're still around. But now it has been sold, and I'll get to the trailer too. The trailer is belongs to John Dangle here, and yeah, the trailer is 19. Richie used to have a pretty cool trailer too, and he did a lot of different things. This truck has actually changed looks quite a few times over the years. Richie did different things to it, and yeah, I was talking to John here, and he said he really hasn't changed anything on the truck itself. Of course, the trailer, like I said, is a 2019. He does LTL, believe it or not, he does LTL reefer work to Chicago with that wheelbase. Pretty insane. Look at that, he's got custom mud flap hangers. Yeah, truck is pretty incredible. He didn't want to be interviewed. There is an interview out there actually on yeah, Large Car Magazine. I'll put it up top here. But he said, truck's a little bit worn out, some of the things on it. It actually only has 500,000 miles on, a little bit over 500,000. Remember, this truck was a working show truck, but it was in the Northeast, didn't work a whole lot. I do remember seeing Richie around quite a bit. And yeah, so he's actually having it redone next year, and wants to, basically, I mean, like I say, it's a work truck, so you got things like the grill here and everything like that gonna need redone. And but this is, I'm going to talk about the tragic past of this truck, but Wyatt is so happy to see it living on. And then I'm going to show you another famous show truck that's here in the parking lot. Alright guys, so let me tell you my story about Richie Acosta and Project 350, how I met him, and I'll tell this story quick while I'm rolling through some pictures of it over the years. I told you it changed over time, and that truck was way ahead of its time. Remember, it was doing, he was, that blacked out thing that he did was way ahead of its time. If anything, he helped set a trend. But we were at a truck show in Carlisle, and I had met him there, and I had been following Project 350. I was excited to see him, and we got talking, and he's super personable. You go up to him, he just he'll talk about his truck all day long. And he lost that truck show, and he lost it to a really nice Western Star, but probably didn't have the work into it that his did. And so he was upset, obviously, and but he, took it with stride, do what you got to do, and so I I'd been joking around with him when I'd see him. And one day I was down in Shrewsbury, Pennsylvania, there at a little truck stop that used to be there, and I saw him pulling in behind me, and I just got fuel. I was getting ready to pull out, and I said on the radio, I said, man, that's a nice Peterbilt, which of course he gets all the time. And he came back, he's like, yeah, man, thank you, appreciate that. And I said, well, I said, it's no Western Star, but it's pretty nice. He got on, he said, I know who this is, because at this point, all he saw was my trailer, didn't see the truck. And he came up and, yeah, we were talking then. And, I ran into him a couple other times. I saw him at some other truck shows. He was in Buck, Pennsylvania. He was, I know he's from New Jersey. But I hadn't seen him for a lot of years, and then I kind of understood why. And you know, I speak about him in past tense because he passed away, I believe, in 2017 of a drug overdose. And I don't pretend to know the whole story. I don't want to know the whole story because that wasn't the Richie that I knew. And but I did hear that he had some addiction problems there again. And but anyway, it you know, the Richie that I remember was a lot of fun and a good guy. I didn't hang out with him a whole lot, but I did hang out with him at a couple truck stops. And yeah, so rest in peace, Richie. And I am really glad to see that truck has a great owner, because it seems like John Bengal is really working hard to keep that, you know, wants to keep that truck nice. And you know, of course, he's going to do his own thing with it, but it still honors the original, you know, the original truck, and that's pretty cool. So anyway, let me go show you the Goose. So as we're walking across here, here's the other famous show truck, the Trucking Resources 379X. No, seriously though, there is the Goose, and you've probably seen the Goose shown on this channel quite a bit. Yeah, actually the Goose is parked where I normally look to park when I'm here, and just parked here anyway, right beside it, because I'm parked beside him, and an oversized is taking up, you know, more space than one, so nobody can park beside me, so I'm okay with that. But yeah, Goose is a pretty famous truck, as you guys know. I know originally, and I don't know, I've heard different things now, but if you actually look inside there, that's actually the front of the trailer is actually storage, everything. And of course, last of the Cowboys, we all love Tony Justice. This is kind of a Bennett recruiting truck now, and yeah, pretty cool. I'm going to see if I can talk to the owners of the Goose, the Snows, I believe it is. Yes, I believe they are the Snows. Yeah, that is a long truck to be doing LTL in Chicago. That's what he does with it. Yep. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoy this. I got to, you know, I was in the truck stop with two iconic trucks at the same time. When you saw me come around the corner there with, you know, and watch Project 350 pull out, John Bengal there, he pulled out, and you see I was standing at the front of the Goose. I actually was talking to the owners. Great people. I didn't videotape any of it. I sat there and talked forever. I didn't videotape any of it because I'm actually going back to Walcott. In fact, I registered my truck to show in the truck show. Now, this is a working show truck show, or they have antiques and stuff. But I actually registered it. Mainly that gets me parking, and you know, we just did all this work on it, and I don't expect to win awards. I mean, this is not up to par with the show trucks on the road, but I think some people would still enjoy to see it. And it's been a long time since I've done a truck show, so I actually did that. Plus, that actually parks me right in the center of everything, and I get to do great videos. But the Snows will be there, Goose will be there, and I decided to do a video then. You know, they do a lot of recruiting for Bennett, and just wanted to get them, you know, in their element. But yeah, we were hanging out beside the truck. Great people, and you know, I think this was a great video. You know, I hope I did Richie justice, and John Bengal. It's again, I'm so glad you're the owner. After meeting you and talking to you, I'm so glad you're the one that got that truck. I would hate to see it go to somebody that it was gonna, you know, go to waste or get beat up. And So yeah, this video was a lot of fun. Hey, like, comment. You're gonna see a lot of show trucks again next week. You guys remember what I do around mats? Well, this is gonna be a little bit smaller than that, not quite as many trucks, but I'm gonna get a lot of good video from the Walcott Truckers Jamboree, and yeah, I look forward to it. So yeah, comment below. I love reading the comments. I do read all the comments. If you don't want to comment, you want to send an email, you know, have it be less public, you can send me an email at finchresources@gmail.com. And you can also find me on Facebook and Instagram. I do more on Facebook. I do a lot on Facebook, so go over to the Trucking Resources channel. Both of them are on Trucking Resources. Go over there. A lot of times I post what I'm going to be doing or where I'm at, things like that. And yeah, also check out our website. I got some cool swag, also some trucker products, things like, you know, bull snot, things like that I sell. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching this, and yeah, website is finchresources.com. But yeah, thanks a lot, guys, for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.